Okay, so we are beginning the session of the Fever Swamp where everyone will get to go into the Ur Corpse, hopefully. I hope. Everyone is here this time, so why don't some of the people who were here last time catch everybody up on where we are?
Well, it was a fairly short session that we spent mostly getting lost. Uh, Many of the events that happened were interpersonal before we left. There was an attack on Clink that we had to repel as the corpse pile came close. Fullsticker's ward seemed to be keeping the bulk of it back, but there was some heroics. It was good. Then we did finally set out on our way here to the Ur Corpse, whereupon we arrived to find a strange man who is shouting pleasant greetings at us.
Hello there!
Hello! Do you mind if we row up?
Of course not. Please come join me on the island. And he's there, and he's got like a couple of dead Stiltwalkers next to him, and a sword coated in whatever Stiltwalkers have in the place of blood. He's wielding like a great sword.
Sand.
I was gonna say, shouldn't we know by now? Do they actually not have blood?
Well, there's some sort of undead. They're very strange things.
There's like a fluid or something, but we don't know that it's blood.
Yeah. Some sort of black, ichor, ooze, or it's they're strange things.
I'm Lucas Dietrichstein of the Nilfenberg Cartographical Society. We've been looking into solving the problem created by the opening of that tomb behind you.
He turns around behind him and looks at the hole, and he turns back and says, "I see. I am Sir Frosh of Nilfenberg, and I have come here seeking the treasures of this pit."
Well, we'll resolve.
Turn back, you fool! There is only death here.
Should there be any treasures removed, we'll sort something, but I'm afraid that the matter is somewhat more grave than that. Pun not intended.
As you get a little closer, everyone can roll perception.
Alright, just a minute. To perceive that he's really undead and like a Dark Souls character or something.
Crap, I accidentally closed roll 20.
Okay,
This guy's an asshole.
Phil... That would be an insight check, Sala, not perception.
Get your checks right.
Yes.
I can see it on his face.
Damn.
As a side note, the party was in Clink last time, so everyone got to like heal up and everything fully.
Yes.
So I shouldn't be at half health. Okay,
Yes,
good.
you should be at full health, and also you got to level up to level 5, didn't you? So why don't you tell me what new things you have while I move all of your ambushers from the GM lair to the token lair.
Oh no, well, 9 new hit points, bringing it up to 49. 10 new feet of speed, so it's 40 now, and then a second attack, which is pretty cool.
Excellent. All those should be very helpful. As from 3 directions around the island, staggering out from behind the trees, come a dozen Stiltwalkers.
That's a lot.
Where are the rest of my Stiltwalkers?
Get him, Stiltwalkers.
Where are my other 2 Stiltwalkers?
They still walked away.
It's okay, they got lost. Don't worry about it.
We'll have to discuss this later, but suffice it to say there are certain objects which must not be removed.
Yes, there are load-bearing pillars in that dungeon.
Load bearing.
Oh shit, more Stillwalkers.
We'll have to discuss that later. For now, it seems we have guests. And he turns to face the Stiltwalkers as they arrive. And
Initiative?
roll initiatives.
Let me remember to select my character before I roll initiative. And I rolled a natural 1. Excellent.
For the Stiltwalkers. Gotta find
I think you actually forgot to have Ixa selected Togen.
Yep, I did. So where to fix that? I can't remember.
You just have to select your token roll again and fix it with the old thing. That's what I always did.
Okay, I think that fixed it.
Is everyone in the initiative?
I can't speak for everyone, I was.
I am. I should be. If I'm not, then something is wrong. I am.
All right.
There we go. Okay, I just fixed my initiative. So it was supposed to be 22.
Okay. So Ixa, you have the initiative.
Okay, how deep is the water here? Like, does she need to row the boat up so that, like, say, Bort could get off safely?
That, yeah. I mean, he could wade through the water. But wading through the water is, difficult terrain.
And we also need to probably just get the boats up near the island anyways, so that we don't all sink.
Yeah, okay, so she will row the boat then, and that's how many feet of movement?
20 feet.
Okay. So if there's an easy way to move all the icons, you may have to. I think you have to move some of them.
I'll catch him up.
Yeah. I think that's about 20 feet.
Okay.
Turns out you can drag, but then you can't select board, so
Yeah.
you should be able to select each other.
All right. So the enemies are all out of Sir Frost's range. So he assumes a defensive stance. He's taking the dodge action and waiting for the enemy to come to him. Silas, it's your turn.
Yes. Let me just survey the battle map. Do you have a preference about which way we want to go, Creator?
If you're gonna take, if you're gonna move the boat, then I just say forward.
Yeah, alright. I was just wondering, like, up or down or forward toward.
I think forward so we can just get closer to the land. I
Alright,
think it's
cool.
going to be our best opportunity to like not all be stuck here forever.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, that gets me closer to them as a big group.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, Silas rows the canoe forward.
Okay.
And crashes into the wooden pier.
That's actually that's actually the raft, although it should have drifted onto the shore by now. That's the raft that you murdered. Well, that you.
Jasmine?
Well, you murdered her elsewhere, but that is where you captured her.
I don't know if I would call that a murder per se, but
Execution, then.
yes.
It wasn't the
for
murder
justice.
because I had the power to murder her. I mean, execute.
Yes. So, the stilt walkers begin their assault. This one unfortunately has to dash in order to get into melee, leaving him vulnerable to death. This one dashes up to Sir Frosh. As does this one.
One day I would really like to know what they actually are, even. Or why they are.
Roll 20's not working.
I hate that.
It's just. It's getting super laggy. I guess I'm not allowed to move multiple tokens at the same time right now.
Weird. Try reloading just in case.
Yeah. I will. It seems to be working to let me move individual guys right now, so I will continue doing that. Okay, Gildrak, it's your turn.
Okay.
There's that stilt walker at the front of your boat.
So I'm going to do something that might piss off Sir What's His Face.
Mm-hmm.
And to that effect, to that end, I'm going to like shout a warning at him. Because what I'm about to do is slap a hypnotic pattern on all of that cluster.
Okay.
I don't. Do we have a thing for 30 foot? Anyways, looks like if I put it here, I think I'll be able to hit the most. Won't
Mm-hmm.
hit that one, but I'll hit all of these, that one. I'll miss that one, unfortunately, but I'll get all of those.
Okay.
It's creatures in an area, so
Right, so you can't exclude him.
right. But I'm gonna shout out a warning to him that I'm not like trying to hurt him or anything.
Okay.
And when we get closer, one of us can always snap him out of it.
By stabbing him on the back.
And he also has a chance to save it, so
Right. Okay, so that is a wisdom save.
yes.
Good.
KSP's gotta go in the other room to find his wisdom save.
No, I have to turn around to face the sheet behind me.
I just have to make life difficult.
Does a 16 save?
If it's, I assume against my spell save DC, so 15.
Yes.
So yeah, that saves.
Okay. I don't know what the wisdom on the Stiltwalker is. I'll say it's flat. They're probably not that wise. So okay. I got 7 of them to make the save. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you said the DC was 15?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 succeeded.
2. Oh, I think the first one was Sir Froch.
Sir Frosh, yeah.
Oh,
Frosh.
okay. Yeah, then only one still a walker.
Yes. Okay. So what have you done to them?
I charmed them. They are incapacitated and have a speed of 0. Any attack against them, any damage that they take will snap them out of it.
You
And it's
see
concentration.
Boats flying everywhere, all around them. Tiny boats, big boats, chugging along, singing a merry little boating song.
And yeah, as for what it looks like, I think it's like, you know, the old like black and white swirling pattern
Mm-hmm.
that you see sometimes in old hypnosis things.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like that, but it's just everywhere in the area, just all over the place. Everywhere they look, that's what they see. And then they just start dreaming about boats.
Yes. Yes. They
It's
see
like retro sad.
they see boats swirling around in the black and white spirals. Going into whirlpools and never coming out again. And this makes them happy. All right. So that's great. You hypnotized 6 out of the 7 and did not get Sir Frosh.
Yay, I didn't anger the potentially useful person.
Lucas.
So on the one hand, every part of this situation says fireball. On the other hand, there is a non-zero chance that we're going to need 2 remove curses today. How do people feel about this situation?
Yeah, I would say no fireball yet. I would save the
Yeah.
spell slot myself.
I think we should. I burned, that's one of my level 3, but that's the only spell I have there. And
Was it
for a
good use?
minute, we can pick and choose which ones we engage.
All right, well, this one in melee with Silas looks pretty ripe for a targeting then.
I think that one was, which one escaped?
Well, he's the one who doesn't have a symbol on him.
No.
So I'm going to guess it's him.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
he was. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't roll for that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was in it
Okay.
because I targeted from here.
Right.
And it's 30 foot
Sorry,
here.
I only rolled for those 7, but yeah.
But
okay.
that one next
So
to
he is-
Port,
The one
Alright.
next to Bort is unaffected, and this one made the save.
Well, the one on the island, I think I've got a clear enough shot at that he doesn't have cover, so I'll shoot at him.
Okay. That's a hit.
8 damage.
That's some damage.
Yep.
Okay. Phil Sticker and Spilkter. What are you two doing?
Okay. Shit, I'm far away. I'll move forward.
All right. That's the undead canoe, so that just takes your move action.
Alright.
Do you want to do anything with your
Well,
action?
I'm going to just assume that I'm close enough to shoot that Stiltwalker directly south of Sir Frost.
Okay. Mm,
But I guess I wasn't because I missed.
yeah. Well, you would maybe you would have if you weren't trying to shoot through all of your allies. A 9 wouldn't have done it
Yeah.
anyway, but
Those bastards are in my way.
Bort, it is your turn.
Oh boy. Time to board.
Alright.
Right. I'm going to maul Stiltwalker as per standard. Murder time, fun time. In fact, I am going to specifically use a goading attack on it. So that spends a superiority die.
Okay.
If I manage to hit, then it gets it can only target me, assuming it doesn't die. 17 hit.
Yes.
Excellent. So target makes a wisdom saving throw, or has disadvantage against all other targets. Looks like it made it.
Yeah. Yeah. If it rolls an 18, it's gonna make it.
Yeah. That said, that does 12 bludgeoning plus the superiority die is a d8. So that's 18 damage.
Well, it's
Of-
about halfway dead.
Beaten in.
Yeah, you strike it. It looks like it's coming at you anyway, though.
Come at me, bro.
Ixa.
All right. Well, there's the one at the boat here, obviously. So that's probably the best one to target. So Ixa will try to move up to finish that one off. I have never actually had extra attack in 5th edition, so how does that work? Is there like a penalty in previous editions on the extra attacks, or what?
Nope, it's a full secondary attack.
Okay. In that case, she will try stabbing it multiple times and hope she kills it.
Though I do like how they did it in 2nd edition Pathfinder, with the extra attacks like being a permanent thing you could access from the very beginning just at a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kind of, but it still suffers from the problem where you're constantly stacking attack bonuses to make sure your weakest attack hits. But it's something where it becomes harder to balance PCs at different levels because the fighter is going to have like plus 45 to hit or something crazy with their main attack, and
I just
it's
figure-
questionable how you're going to draw up armor classes.
Yeah, I mean, I just figure if you participate in a Pathfinder game from either side of the table, you're gonna be metagaming, or not metagaming, but power building, I guess.
I think it's good for what it's good for, but I really like that in this one, you can pretty much rely that a monster's armor class is going to be between 10 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it easier to incorporate PCs at a variety of levels and build qualities.
Mm-hmm. So Ixa, that's both of those, or no, sorry, only one of those hit because disadvantage for the sunlight.
Yeah, I was about to ask what the weather was. I'm guessing it's clear skies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright, then only a measly 3 damage. Attempting to burn a spell slot for Divine Smite, but not yet.
Okay. That Stiltwalker is nearly dead, though. It's pretty banged up. So now it is Sir Frosh's turn. Sir Frosh takes his greatsword, and makes a flurry of blows at the Stiltwalker directly south of him that is not hypnotized. And the gods of RNG do not favor him. But even though he is engaged with the foe, he is failing to strike. He still lets out a boisterous laugh. Ha ha! And then it's Silas's turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now I'm thinking about how we want to do this.
You don't need to think.
Now, so Silas, the one next to you, if you're still wanting to get to the island, It's incapacitated, so it can't take reaction, so it can't attack of opportunity your boat. You can attack it, but that will cause it to snap out of its state.
Right.
And
My
How long
thought,
does this last?
a minute.
but
Okay,
it
so I'm
also gets
thinking,
to
like-
save every turn.
Oh,
No,
well,
there's no save on it, I don't think.
Oh?
Or is that just a part of incapacitation?
No, that's oh, you're right.
Yeah, they're just charmed as long as I've got the spell concentrated.
Okay. I'm just used to almost
mean, well-
every spell is like, and they get to save again at the end of every turn.
Right, that's
Um,
part of why I took this, because
right.
they don't get to.
yeah,
yeah,
so I was
okay.
thinking instead of attacking and, unincapacitating it, I would wait for Kildrak's turn so we can, like, both attack at the same time. Like, do a delay and, wait for him to be ready to attack, which I assume is kosher.
Mhm.
Do you think that between the two of us we can deal enough damage to take it down?
Oh yeah, because I have extra attack too now, and the enchanted pike. So that's what I'm assuming. Like between the two of us, we would definitely get it in one attack, one round.
And I can always burn since I get them back at a short rest, I can probably burn one of my Bardic Inspiration on a flourish as well. That'll give me a
Mhm.
bit of bonus damage.
Yep. So yeah, in fiction, I suppose it's Silas, nodding to Kildrak and looking back as he switches to Aura for the pike.
Okay. So now it's the Stiltwalker's turn. The one on Bort's boat attacks Bort ineffectually.
Oh, I'm
Yay.
surprised it didn't attack the boat.
It would have. The way their attacks work is all of their attacks also damage boats.
Oh, okay.
That's evil.
Yes.
Yeah, see, this whole time I thought it was just that, like, they had such a pathological hatred for boats that they attacked them instead of anyone on them. So, huh.
Yeah.
That is evil, though.
So the other one runs up and gets in front of Bort's boat, blocking him from getting to the water. The one on the island attacks Sofrosh, ineffectually. Lots of low attack rolls going on. Oh. And another one comes running out of the swamp. And all the other ones are, I think, hypnotized. So they stand around doing nothing.
They think they're doing things.
Yes. And Kildrak, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do what we just said. I'm gonna move up a little bit
Okay.
and work with Silas to whack that thing around. God damn. Okay, good enough.
We'll just
Okay.
put you there.
Thanks.
Okay, so the two of you unleash your readied actions on the Stiltwalker. It's incapacitated, but it is not restrained or unconscious, so you do not get advantage against it.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
It's charmed. Attacking something that you have charmed give you advantage?
I am not sure.
Charmed is a different condition. No, just on ability checks to interact with them socially. Okay. So yeah, you don't have advantage to hit them because I guess they're staggering around and within their little area.
Sure. Okay.
You can thank Retromach for teaching me that incapacitation is not the same as unconscious in the Monday night game.
Yep. Well, it makes sense, right? In the flavor of this spell, it's not that you've completely replaced their perceptions of the world.
Mm-hmm.
They're still supposed to see you. You can even talk to them. So they're not unaware of your attack or anything. They're just not interested in fighting you because something more interesting is happening.
Well, I did not hit.
All right. And Silas, you did 12 damage?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Well,
I'm just thinking of the picture of the bird. The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math.
That's about how this feels right now.
all right. And let's see. You have normally it's 1 minute, so one round has gone by. You have 9 rounds of them being charmed remaining.
The sad thing is I rolled 2s on both of those. They were both d10s.
Mm.
Jesus.
Lucas.
sucks.
So it looks like this one woke up.
Yep, he woke up. He got stabbed.
Well, let's see if we can correct that.
Well, that'll help. That's not enough to put him down, but that is most of his hit points, as he has come back from the land of the swirling boats, and he's not liking what he is woken up to. It's a lot of fire and pain.
I imagine so.
That's just life.
Philsticker.
Okay. Move more.
Okay. In which way? All right.
Like, not now that the fucking Bort's out of my way. And, I just realized there's a second Stilt Walker attacking Bort, but he's underneath the front of the boat. Okay. Better save Bort's life.
Oh, I didn't want to put the
I
boat.
hex that one. I hex that one closest to me.
Okay, he's hexed.
Then I shoot it with Eldritch Blast unexpectedly.
No, I could not have foreseen such a strategy. Hit. Dead.
Yeah.
So what does it look like?
However, I previously described the hex, so, I don't know, he gets black tattoos or something.
Okay.
And then the beam of swamp energy that's dangerously angled toward Bort is absorbed by the body of the Stilt Walker. And he blows up, probably. Getting his licorice all over Bort.
Cool. And it's black licorice, the worst kind.
I'm sorry.
Bort, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Bort is going to, with that target gone, he is going to try the well, there's no point in goading attack because it's gonna be attacking me anyway, probably. So he's just gonna maul.
Okay.
That hits.
It does.
He's gonna use precision attack because that can be used after the attack roll.
Okay.
And so that does minimum damage, but thankfully I have another D8. So that's 12 damage. So thank you, superiority die, for making up for bad.
Yeah. So it's a wounded Stilt Walker. It's still got some fight in it though. Ixa.
Okay, this question comes up a lot, but can she get at that Stilt Walker given where Bort is on the boat?
I will allow it because you have the racial trait beneath notice, so that you move through the space of any creature larger than you. So I will say you can move up, stab it, and then move back.
Very good. I'd actually forgotten about that ability until I read it last week, and then I forgot about it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One hit.
They have 14 AC. Both hit.
Oh, wow. Okay. 14 damage.
All right. So Ixa darts in, slashes it a few times, darts back out, and it is mostly dead. It's staggering around. Looks like any little hit will knock it up, will finish it off. Sir Frosh attacks that same Stiltwalker with a flurry of strikes. Oh boy! I accidentally closed notebook. Because that's in it. He chops at Stiltwalker with a critical strike, but it still stands. Silas.
Yeah, so hoping now to finish it off. Yeah, stabs down at it again with a pike. Once, and oh wow.
That should do it.
I would hope so.
It does. Go ahead and describe your victory.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it just stabs down probably into its heart, causing Icar to fly everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And it falls back into the swamp slain. Kildrak.
Wait.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Stiltwalkers. Stiltwalker attacks Sir Frosh. Oh, it hits him. For D8 plus 2. Ah! Other Stiltwalker attacks Sport. Ineffectually.
Yeah.
Another Stiltwalker comes running out to get in the way of Silas and Kildrak.
Jerk.
And he had to dash to get there, so it's Kildrak's turn.
Okay, cool. I'm going to
8 turns of hypnosis remain.
Okay. No use burning a spell on this. I'm just gonna hit it with my axe.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see. I can't. Let me just double check. I can't remember if I have to spend my declare I'm going to do a flourish before. I think I do it after I.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can, like, for almost all of the your stuff, you can do it after.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I hit.
Okay.
I guess I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do a. Let's see, Silas gets to go first. I'm gonna do a defensive flourish, just because. Why not use that one? I guess.
Okay.
I just want the D8 bonus.
Okay.
It gives me AC as well. And then 1d8. 20 damage, and I gain 8 bonus AC for the rest of the turn.
Okay. And Lucas.
All right, Lucas will try to finish off the Stiltwalker in front of Bort.
Okay. You hit. And
15
15,
damage.
15 is enough.
I should think so.
Yeah.
From its hit bar, it might have only had 1.
It had 6, but yeah, it's pretty low. And pop. Fireball to the face. Philsticker.
Alright, time to keep hurtling toward destiny.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
And bang, 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 steal Sir Frosh's kill.
Can you transfer your hex to that one? I don't know how to
Oh,
hex
yeah, I
transferring
did that
works.
too. Yeah, totally did that too, but it's okay because I missed.
Okay.
Flies off into the distance, curving upward because the earth isn't flat.
Mm-hmm. Nobody knows if the world is flat or not. Because I don't know.
If the world was flat, they'd be perpendicular to the ground, but as I shoot it, it goes up straight into space because the earth is a sphere.
You can't measure that from here. Bort,
No, as soon as it gets past Sir Frosh, it goes straight up.
what if Eldritch Blasts are susceptible to gravity and it falls down and eventually hits the ground somewhere?
All right, Bort's
The
going to
earth is some kind of ruffled potato chip.
Bort's going to get onto the already destroyed boat.
Well, that's underwater.
Yes.
That's sank.
Yes, well, I assumed so, but you know,
Okay.
I need to get closer in order to hit the Stiltwalker with my maul.
All right. So you jump into the water and are standing on a destroyed boat.
Yes,
All right. And you're gonna hit the Stiltwalker with your maul.
I am. Hopefully, nope,
No,
probably not.
not with a 9. Ixa.
Right, looks like Ixa cannot make it to the shore this turn, so she will jump in the water and also help with this Stiltwalker.
Okay.
And 2 more swings.
One of those
More
hit.
hits. Oh, yep, just 1. 4 damage.
All right. Well, that's another cut on the Stiltwalker. All right, and we're back to Sir Frosh. Sir Frosh is going to try and finish off his foe this turn. And he probably does. Yes, he unleashes a flurry of strikes, which turn it into a fine bloody mist.
It's unrealistic.
And he turns and is prepared to start striking at one of the disabled ones. And it's Silas's turn.
All right. Oh, it looks like another one showed up. See? Yes, applying a pike to that one now.
All right.
Huh.
Your pike is pleased.
Apparently, so am I.
Yes.
Wow.
Do this more often.
That might as well be its canonical voice.
It
But
is
yeah,
its canonical voice.
Cut off your hands and attach me to your arms.
No, that
Eat
just
with
makes me
me.
a reverse Stiltwalker.
But yes,
When you caress your children, use me to do it.
and yes, you Silas jabs it in the heart a couple of times, and it falls. And now we're at the Stiltwalkers. Literally every Stiltwalker, I think, is hypnotized.
You're all welcome.
Kildrak. 7
Um,
turns of hypnosis remain.
Let's get the boat moved, I guess. I mean, can I just take a step back?
Yeah, you can just, you're in the boat, so just...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna use my action to move the boat forward. 20.
Okay.
Should be here.
Yep. And then you'll be able to get off by jumping onto the raft if you like.
Cool. Can't move Silas, I don't think.
I'll
Oop.
move.
Crap. Yeah, that just grabbed the boat.
Sorry. None of you will have permission to move each other.
That's fine.
For boat movement purposes, maybe I should allow you to, but my instinct was to not allow that, so I didn't. But, yeah. Okay, so it's Kildrak's turn. Lucas.
All right. Lucas is going to deal with the cover penalty, and actually, all of the ones that are still up appear to be,
Yes, they're all
except for that
hypnotized.
one hanging out in the water off on his own, appear to be stunned. So I think I'll just row up.
Damn it, that one was covered by my turn order. I didn't see him. I've forgotten this one was here.
All right, I move my boat up a bit.
So one's late to the party. Hey guys, what's going on?
It just it got distracted by a boat that it thought it saw on the horizon in the opposite direction.
It turned out to just be a floating log.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. I rowed.
Right. So Phil Sticker.
Okay. Move.
Alright. You're on the shore now.
Apparently, I unselected. I had the whole thing selected at some point. Oh, Beliarca can stay in that tree.
Yes.
All right. Hex moves on to that bastard next to Sir Frosh with the charming on him. Time to uncharm him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hit.
17.
Alright. You snap him out of his wonderful dream with sudden pain and necrotic damage. And it stumbles on its stilt legs. Bort, keep in mind that all the water is difficult terrain, so it costs double movement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. So what you gonna do?
Not much. I guess.
You can move here and hit that guy.
I I don't know if I technically have enough. I only have 25 speed because I'm a dwarf.
Right. Then no, I guess not.
I guess I'll shoot him with my heavy crossbow because I do have that. It's not as good as the maul, but and it also missed utterly.
All right.
Throw it in the water.
Well, I'll move forward anyway, because next turn I can hit it with my maul.
That makes sense. Duixa. It's your turn.
Right. So same problem with her. She can't reach it because of the difficult terrain, unless she like climbs up on the boat and runs across the boat.
I was going to suggest just using our boat as a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll cost you like 1 extra square to get into the boat. I think, but
It looks like that should still give her enough to get close enough to attack it.
yeah, that'll give you enough.
Okay. And same deal, since she has Beneath Notice, she can attack through Silas, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that'll work. Okay. Yeah, she could just miss twice.
Yeah. All right. Sir Frosh tries to kill the hexed one. He probably succeeds. Yes. Yes, he succeeds. He chops this one into 3 pieces as he severs the twisted bird man head from the top, and then cuts it in half again at the waist, and then wades through the gore up to the next nearest one. No. He rushes across the battlefield to get in the way of the one that has come to be reinforcements. Silas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, just keep trying to get to the shore, and they just keep getting in the way.
Get them out of the way.
Yeah, that's fine by me. It saves time.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing as last time, pretty much. Expectedly.
Mm-hmm.
No crit this time, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but both hit.
Oh my god.
For 26 damage.
Sad, I don't think I'll keep this up once we actually get inside, but...
But you...
Silas is just spinning around, slashing their heads all off.
Yeah. But that was a very effective series of stabs on that Stiltwalker. Getting it in its chest, it's bleeding its black ichor all over the all over your weapon. And now it's Stiltwalker's turn. One of them attacks Sir Frosh, and he gets hit. Which is +2. +2. For minimum damage. And the other one attacks Silas. Does a 14 hit Silas?
No, 16.
All right then. And all the other ones are hypnotized for 6 more turns. It's Kildrak.
I'm gonna just go up here if I can.
Okay,
Is that
that's legal. That's good.
okay? And I'm gonna hit it with an axe.
Okay. You
Does
hit
that
it
hit?
with
Yeah,
you
that
hit it with an
hits.
axe.
Cool.
You kill it with an axe.
It doesn't need a head, right?
It kind of did, but it doesn't have one anymore.
Oops.
Hate when that happens. Lucas.
This one over here doesn't look like it's still stunned.
Yeah, that
I'm
one.
definitely.
Yeah, that one was the one that I had forgotten about, so he ran in late.
Yep. I'm definitely firing into cover here.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes.
It does not go.
All right.
All right, Philsticker.
Okay. Oh damn, that one I was gonna shoot as. Okay. I guess I walk onto shore.
Okay. You can do that.
And I'll transfer the hex to the one I'm staring at.
Okay. He is hexed.
Okay. Just a second, my character sheet's all screwed up. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Wong, 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 miss.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Attack goes wide. Bort. You're muted, Slag.
Okay, I moved
Slag just fell
forward,
asleep.
and I'm gonna heavy crossbow. Sorry, heavy crossbow. 20 probably hits.
Okay,
Probably.
which one are you heavy crossbowing?
I guess the one that doesn't seem to be hexed or
Charmed?
charmed.
Alright. So he had some cover, but a 20 hits him anyway.
Cool. And I do minimum damage.
Yep, you
Four,
graze him.
4. Fun.
You graze the undead meat. Ixa.
Okay, let's see.
You can run across the raft if you want to avoid bad terrain.
Yeah, so she could reach that stilt walker, but it's still hypnotized. So attacking it wakes it up, right?
Hitting it, damaging it wakes it up, yeah.
Okay, she cannot reach any of the ones that Sir Crush is attacking. So, do we want her to risk waking one up?
Vilsticker already tried to wake this one up.
I mean, we're gonna have to wake them all up eventually.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that
Yeah.
one busy, so
As
Yeah.
long as you're
Much
waking them
better.
up one at a time, then you're kind of like minimizing their attacks.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so yeah, she'll rush up to the nearest one there and swing with her sword. And miss twice again. This clear weather really sucks.
mm-hmm. So Frosh.
Like I say, one day, when we find a real magic item shop in Nilfenberg, I will buy a scroll of fog cloud that I can then scribe and memorize so that I can just put up a cloud when we have to fight and it's sunny.
Or Ixa could buy magical sunglasses.
The scroll will be cheaper.
Just like buy a sombrero or something too. Like
I don't think it's quite that simple.
There are a lot of ways to solve this issue.
Some magical sunglasses would be nice, though.
Too bad this isn't GURPS, where it works that way, where like enchanting an eyepiece is like 5% of the total cost because it's a small thing.
That's
Which is
that's
why,
only for defensive stuff in GURPS.
Oh, okay.
That's not
Yeah, but
that's not
still,
for any enchantment.
That's why in TMR, Slim Jim has transparent steel sunglasses or goggles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's because the transparency or the spell to make something invisible or transparent, I think, is based on the mass of the thing. Yeah. So he just had some steel lenses made and then had them turned invisible.
Wouldn't that make invisible weapons really easy to do?
Fairly easy. They'd be more expensive because they're like a couple of pounds as opposed to less than a pound. But yeah, you could totally make like an invisible sword or something. Oh, I never thought
Invisible
about
whip
that.
might work well. Yeah, the problem is that if it's something you want to parry with, and it's a big disadvantage to you too, obviously, it's probably
Mm-hmm.
nearly impossible or whatever, at least at steep penalty, but like
I
if
mean,
it's
you can
something
still like
Flare
feel
Mouse's
where
whip,
it is, so you know it wouldn't
Yeah.
it wouldn't be like nearly impossible, but I think it would be harder. It would.
yeah, but if
But
it's a
it's-
weapon that you're not going to parry with, like the whip, that doesn't work that way, then that might be a really good idea.
I don't know. I think from a strictly mechanical
Uh-huh.
perspective, it wouldn't really do anything. Because if you look at something like Shocking Grasp,
Mhm.
there's no visible weapon until you're, shooting Sith lightning bolts out your finger at someone, and you don't get any sort of surprise bonus for that. Uh, seeing the weapon, like if you were on like a level of resolution to describe like real physics and events, I could see that having a completely invisible weapon, it might be a small advantage if you were against a foe who couldn't figure it out. But like, I don't think that unless someone makes a spell for spell rogues for psychic blades, which they almost certainly did, I wouldn't imagine an invisible weapon would have a statistical or mechanical difference. It wouldn't be the same as an invisible wielder.
Yeah, not here at least, but in GURPS with that level of resolution being pretty low compared to D&D or more fine-grained at least, I would think it would have an effect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe
After I
I'll...
realized that I had to put points into holding my sword as well as using it, I realized that maybe GURPS is a bit too fine grained.
No, not enough.
No,
Well, what we need to do
Holding
now
your
is
sword,
make you
which
play,
are you referring to?
no, I think he means fast draw.
Oh,
Both fast draw and the grip switching.
oh,
So I have
you
to put
don't
two
need
different
that
kinds
because
of points into holding my sword. In principle, my sword might be exceptional, but the fact that for some
you're
swords,
paying for tricks.
yeah,
I'm
that
surprised I don't need to invest separate skill points into each finger.
no,
I'm playing a swordsman in KSB's Friday night game, and I get by without having fast draw and only using it offhanded because a guy cut my proper hand off. You don't need, the other skills give you other wacky shit you can do.
right. Like anyone, you could draw your sword as an action. If you want to not be an action, that's a trick, and it's something you pay for.
And
If-
yeah,
if you
the
want
only
to
reason
if
I,
you
like,
want
got
to
my hand cut off.
Right.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
was sharing cool stories.
Yeah. So you can tell it in a moment, and like as using my pole arm, I can take an action to switch from wielding it in a 3-yard grip to choking all the way up to using it in a 1-yard reach, or I can put a point in grip mastery, which, if we were using all the rules for combat perks, would require me to have so many points invested in combat skills, in order to be able to do that as a free action to represent how good my character is with that weapon. Now go ahead, fellow. You were
Oh,
saying
okay.
something about how you got your
Yeah,
hand cut off.
my hand only got my hand got cut off because I didn't have fast draw. So I was like, shit, I have to do something immediately, or that guy's gonna kill Draven and my friend. And so I was having to like come up with other stuff to do because I would have to spend a second to draw my sword. So it made things more complicated, and that's good. Made me have to do other stuff than the most
that's-
effective thing I could
In,
do.
in this case, you decided to try and punch the Black Knight, which was a bad decision, but it was
Yeah.
certainly a dramatic moment.
I like how he started off saying that GURPS has too fine-grained of rules. A resolution in Sala told the story where the moral was it made it more complicated, and that's good. Like there's not a fundamental disagreement about how games should work here. Yeah, I'm sorry, Retromog. We should make you play Riddle Steel so that by comparison, GURPS seems less detailed and you can handle it more.
It's alright. I'm sure one day I will find a use for something like GURPS in 6 or 7 years when we finish my first GURPS campaign and I have a vague understanding of how close to a quarter of the skills work.
Good, good.
It's
Looking towards
really
the
it's
future.
really good for games like all the ones that you'll ever play.
I doubt that. But I'm still going to find at some later point that I didn't put enough points in chewing and now my character has malnourishment or something.
No.
But I could choke on my food if I'm not chewing it well. I should have to spend points there.
I will say, I slightly disagree with Sala on that it's for all the games you'll ever want to do. I disagree with that, but I will say it's the best system for any game where you're people doing stuff.
I still disagree.
But also in GURPS, you can have games where you're not people and you don't do stuff, and it's good.
That I will actually concur with. The level of resolution on GURPS makes it much more easy to slot in monstrous characters. But that's only because the fact that a monster is bad at breathing or chewing might come up.
All right, so Surfrosh kicked 90% of the ass of that Stiltwalker, but it survived. So now we're back to Silas.
Yep. And just 1 second. No, I need to see how much I can move these days.
Yeah, you got an extra 10 feet of movement when you hit level 5, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Is flanking a thing?
No.
I feel like okay.
If you had asked me on last week, I'd have probably said yes, but you can't move there.
I'm just planning. I'm just trying to see how far it was from the other tiles that I might want to use. I'm trying to get one that's 10 feet away from both, so yes, that looks good. And now let me.
Because you can't.
Okay.
You can't go through the thing.
Through this thing?
Yeah, that's
What is it?
It's a different raft that was here when you fought Jasmine. That was set up against that tree.
What, like these mushroom-looking things?
Yeah, those are logs. That's a side of a.
Oh, are they? Okay, I
Yeah.
did actually think they were mushrooms. All right, never mind.
This actually should be
dear.
like that.
All right, my plans have to change now.
Yes. Can you go like down here and then?
All right, this works, I think. It's only 30 feet, but I don't want to be right up next to all of them. Or I don't
Okay.
need to be, at least.
Okay.
But yeah, flanking it with Ixa, even though that's not a thing that gives advantage.
Right.
Good, good, good.
Alright, yeah. Several strong stabs, and you waken it from its
From its dazzlement or
yes,
hypnotism.
yes, from its hypnotism.
And the first thing it sees is Ixa.
Yes. And
Oh.
yeah, I guess the first thing it sees is Ixa, and it feels pain, so it lashes out. So,
And rolls a crit.
yes, it does.
Good job, you killed Ixa.
Not quite, but 11 damage for Ixa.
So he's only a quarter dead.
So Silas stabs it, and it starts kicking at Ixa with its pike legs. Kildrak, it's your turn. 5 turns of hypnosis remain.
Cool. Right, and that one thing.
Oops, I skipped the other Stiltwalker. It's attacking
Oh,
Frosh,
okay.
and it missed. Okay, now it's your turn.
Cool. And this stuff is solid, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go around that.
Okay.
Or knock it over.
I don't remember. How do I do segmented movement? Routed movement, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, when you have the token selected, you like right click on the square you want to move to, and then it'll you can just keep right clicking to add new like segments to the line.
Oh, I see. Okay. Am I able to do that? Can you see that?
no, I can't. I saw the actual move. Yes, you can.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do that. And since that one's already awake, I am, as before, going to hit it with an axe.
Okay. Hit it with an axe.
I hit it with an axe.
You kill it with an axe.
Cool.
All right. Lucas.
I don't think. Well, I guess I still have a shot against that other guy I shot at before. It's still going to be into some pretty serious cover, but it's probably better than doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. If you hit it, you'll probably kill it. Okay, so 17. It's got a 14, so if it's a +2, then yeah, you hit. Sure. Bam. Dead Stiltwalker.
All right.
Felsticker.
Hey.
There are only dazed ones left.
Time to undaze them. I hex that one in the middle.
Alright, he's hexed.
Look at me, you bastard.
It should be in, like, a hex. Instead of...
That many.
Okay. So you blast him in the leg for 10 damage. And he is awake.
Yeah. There's a mushroom on you.
Ah! They probably don't sound like that. Fort,
Cool.
you can step
am I
onto the
st-
shore now.
Cool. Is that still going to take 10 or?
No,
5?
no, you can. We'll count that as not difficult terrain.
Alright. What about moving through a person?
Moving through an ally is fine. However, there is a dead Stiltwalker in that hex, so it's difficult terrain.
Alright. Well, it'll still be easier than trying. It'll still be faster than moving around.
Okay.
Actually, it'll be the same anyway. So I'm there, and I'm gonna heavy crossbow and shoot the Stiltwalker with the skull on it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna crit,
Very nice.
and I'm gonna roll minimum damage on one of my dice, but 13 isn't bad.
Nope. Nope. Yeah, so you shoot it, crossbow lodges into its intestines. And it looks past Philsticker at you angrily. Ixa.
But gonna flip it off.
All right, trying to understand what's going on the map here. There's not like a dead or a Stiltwalker hidden under all the icons right here at Ixa, right? That one's dead now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been inconsistent about. My intent was to keep the ones that died on land, but I instinctively just deleted them. So, my mistake. Your benefit.
Okay, in that case, you'll run around the back of Bort here to get to the one that Sir Frush is fighting
Okay.
and try to finish it off. One hit,
Mm-hmm.
8 damage.
I apologize for the 1 hit point rule. Yeah. But actually,
Uh,
so Ixa comes in and nearly kills it. So Frosh comes in and he strikes at it and he kills it, and then
still.
and then he spins around and he attacks the one to the north and misses it entirely as he spins in place.
He's like a ballerina, but spikier.
Yes. Silas's turn.
Cool. So. Moves up slightly further onto the island
Okay.
and stabs this last remaining. Well, not last remaining, second to last remaining Stiltwalker here.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Oh. No.
Mm-mm.
The streak is finally broken.
The Stiltwalkers are all dazed and unaware that have not been harmed, so they continue to be charmed and incapacitated. Kildrak, your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna go buddy up with Sir Frosh and hit it with an axe.
Very good.
And I do.
Excellent hit, Sir Dwarf.
Thank you.
Lucas.
All right. I think I would definitely be pushing it to shoot at that one. So I'm going to row up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Philsticker.
Okay. He moves here next to his friend Silas,
Mm-hmm.
and he will shoot at that Stiltwalker that Silas isn't fighting because the spear told Philsticker X transfer.
X transfer. Hit.
9.
That's some damage. You wake it up as you grow a mushroom on one of its pikes.
Don't knock off the mushroom, Silas.
Bort's turn.
Bort is going to move 1, 2, 3, and is going to maul the Stiltwalker.
Yep.
That is a That's a mauling.
It's a decent mauling. You break one of its shoulders, but it lives. Ixa.
All right, she will run around and again try to finish off this Siltwalker.
Okay.
One hit for 3 damage.
All right. That's a small cut. So Frosh. It's and decapitates the remaining or the that Stiltwalker. Then uses his movement to move to surround the last one with Silas and Filsticker. Silas's turn.
Yep. And he raises the pike and is gonna stab it again.
Yes.
I'm glad you got to play the pike. Oh, never mind. Only the first 2 of those are
Okay.
supposed to happen.
All right. So that's 1 hit.
Mhm.
For 11 damage. Alright. It's mortally wounded, but still capable of fighting. And it attacks at Sir Frosh ineffectually. Kildrak.
It's hit axe time.
Yes.
I don't suppose I can stand on that hole, so I'll come. Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Okay.
And nope,
Nope.
I tickle the air.
Lucas.
All right. Lucas has a reasonable shot against this one, which seems to be active, so he's going to shoot it.
Hits. Alright. It's got 2 hit points left. After, and it is on fire.
Well, fair enough.
Filsticker.
Filsticker steps over here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that finishes it off.
13.
Yep. So you take it to -11 as it explodes in a shower of gore.
The mushroom remains.
Yes, new mushrooms sprout from its insides, and the Stiltwalkers are slain. Sir Frosh sticks his great sword in the ground, and says, "Well, that was exciting. I suppose I should thank you all for showing up when you did. It would have been quite the hassle otherwise."
Yes, but not for the reasons you presume. Some of the artifacts in the cave below are quite dangerous. We've been led to believe by a number of sources that the future of our world itself could be in jeopardy if some of them are mishandled.
Oh, is that so? How have you come across such information?
Well, we've been working with Saint Amelia, among others. Lucas will begin to explain. The search began chasing a renegade witch who sought to awaken a dead god who she believed was buried here. And her notes revealed that something was here. Shortly after she unearthed it, however, something of a tsunami of the living dead appeared and has been ravaging communities around the swamp. We've been seeking to find a way to undo this and have discovered it is connected to a powerful necromantic artifact in the tomb below. We should be able to reset it to deanimate those undead, and any items not directly pertaining to that function would, of course, not be of relevance to that.
Hmm. I see. Well, that certainly sounds like we have our work cut out for us then.
Yes. So, Phil Sticker was able to receive a vision, which I believe answered the requisite riddles. There is an amulet hidden within, I believe it was the left leg of the giant buried below. It is cavernous and walkable for some reason. I don't know why it was created this way. A scholar once attempted to study the history of this corpse, but he went mad and turned into a monster. So I've not looked too deeply into that topic. Then we merely move it to a statue near the entrance.
Well, all right then.
Now, if you will. Now we need to go and do what needs to be done, so excuse us, please.
Oh,
what brings you here, actually?
Me? Oh, well, I am an adventurer. He gestures widely with his hands and smiles, and his teeth sparkle.
In a more literal capacity, how did you get here?
I had a canoe, but the Stiltwalkers, they sank it, I am afraid. I killed them, though.
And to the swamp in particular?
I've heard that there are great treasures lost in this swamp. I seek them for my own fortune.
But you did not come through Clink.
No, I came from a different direction.
From whence did you come, Sir Frosh?
I need to get one of my doubt reactions ready. 'Cause
From Nilfenberg, of course.
But that is the direction in which Clink is.
Yes, but I did not enter.
Silas, kill him.
I did not enter from Clink. I entered.
Another person to stab.
There is
Where did you acquire your canoe?
I bought it, of course, and I carried it to the edge of the swamp where I set sail.
You carried a canoe rather than purchasing one in Clink.
Well, Clink would have been quite far out of my way. The closest connection to the swamp was on the northwest.
Oh, were you coming here in particular?
Yes.
Why was that?
Is that so important? Let us enter.
I'm afraid so, as there have been some matters of peculiarity surrounding this place. You must understand that certain heretics view this as an unholy site that they hope will allow them to damage the Empire. People seeking it out on purpose are therefore subjects of some scrutiny.
Well, I was given a vision by Primus. He told me to come here and that I would meet fellow adventurers, and clearly I have.
What else was revealed in this vision?
Only that there would be great rewards and treasure to be found, and companions, good friends.
On about what date did you receive this vision?
The
I
GM hasn't set up a calendar yet.
yes.
We don't know how time works.
Some weeks ago,
What do you mean
it
you
took...
don't remember your third birthday? Kill him.
Some weeks ago, it took me. I came here as quickly as we could, but it is quite a long trip from Nilfenberg, as you know.
We?
Me.
I see. So you came to this particular space in the swamp as quickly as you could from Nilfenberg with a canoe on your back.
I wasn't going to swim.
You might have purchased one. It would have allowed you, for example, to take a horse from Nilfenberg.
Horses are expensive.
That's
He
not-
says, while his armor is gleaming plate, and his greatsword shines like the sun.
Mugus considered him. Gonna roll an insight check at him.
Okay. He rolled a 4 for his deception check, so I'm just going to tell you, he's everything he says, every word he has said is a lie.
Yes.
He's a
Well,
changeling.
Lucas will say, I'm afraid I'm going to want to know what you're actually doing here.
I think Kildrek is going to sort of get up next to him with his axe very visible.
Mm-hmm.
Transfer the hex to Sir Frosh.
He's just gonna kind of go, you should consider answering him honestly now.
It seems I have no choice. And the skin of Sir Frosh sloshes off into like a Nazi melting at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And as the same time his body grows and twists and expands out and to fill a large area as his true form is revealed. A large green toad man, holding the greatsword in one hand, as if it were a sword, a one-handed longsword made for him. And he says, "I've come to stop you."
From saving the world?
I've come to from ruining our plans.
That's not ideal.
We should be enemies.
At this point, is he like attacking us, or are we still in conversation mode?
I'm just getting his token ready, but yes, you were in. He's about to try and kill you.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be just a dramatic violence.
Sorry.
Just a standoff.
A standoff with a real heated conversation with this gigantic tiled toad man.
Yes. So this giant toad man, this giant green toad man, steps up and he says, "This isn't how I planned to do it, but I'm afraid you all have to die now.
I'm far too pretty to die.
Roll initiative. Okay. Bort, you have won the initiative.
Wonderful. No pun intended. 1, 2, 3. Mauling time.
Okay.
If you would be so kind
Actually,
as to step to there, it will be slightly strategically better.
okay. I will step to there, and I will use goading attack and maul time.
Okay.
I'm
And
back
of
now.
course, I miss. Gonna action surge
Okay.
and waste another superiority die on
Okay.
goading attack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit this time. And it needs to make a wisdom save. I should probably actually write down what the saving throw is against.
Yep.
I don't know if it actually says it in the book.
Yes, it does.
Okay. What does it say in the book?
It's 8 plus your thing plus your 8 plus your stat plus your proficiency. That's how all saving throws are.
Hey, that would be and my stat would be strength for my attack. Or
Yes.
okay, so that'd be versus 8 plus 6 is 14. 3 does not succeed.
Yeah, I figured so.
Right,
So,
so
what happens?
He gets disadvantage against attacking anyone but me
Okay.
for like 1 minute,
Okay.
and also I get the damage from my attack. I get the damage from the superiority die. So,
Okay. Right.
Okay, that's 11.
And is there anything that can cause? So is that like until he hits you, or is that like until you die, or?
Let me check because
It's still until the end of your next turn.
ah okay,
Right.
end of my next turn. I thought
Right.
I was a minute. Sorry.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, it'll still forces him to use his attack on you instead of,
Someone else.
like Phil Sticker.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was Bort. You did a total of
13.
13 damage. All right. You hit him, but it ain't doing too much to him. Ixa.
Ix will also attempt to hit him.
Okay.
Then I guess those are both misses.
Those are both misses.
The Sun Knight really sucks.
11 wouldn't have hit him either, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in this case, doesn't make a difference.
That's true, yeah.
Kildrak.
I want to use Ensnaring Strike, but I feel like that would be a horrible mistake just because his strength has got to be pretty high. instead.
He is large. That is a reasonable assumption.
Yeah, and also he gets advantage because he's large. So, like, just
Mhm.
all sorts of reasons not to. So instead, I'm just gonna hit him with an arrow. Well, actually, no. No. I think I'm gonna actually take a step back. Well, no, because that'll.
If you would stay in that position, it suits
Yeah, I'll
my
stay
plan
here.
quite well.
I'll stay here, but I'm gonna use Vicious Mockery on him.
Okay.
I don't really care so much about the damage.
Right, but that will give him disadvantage to hit.
Yeah.
Bort as well.
Saving throw, Wisdom,
He's bad at wisdom.
against a 15.
Okay.
That
he rolled
Did
a,
not work.
Okay, so
Well, if he was good at wisdom, he probably would have succeeded in his whole lie thing.
Mhm.
Hey, I
That's charisma.
got an upgrade to the damage on this.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's
all
2d4
right, because
now.
2d4. Nice.
I
Max
gave him a
damage.
headache.
Ah, he feels viciously mocked. He feels sad.
Smell as bad as you look.
He does smell as bad as he looks.
It's really bad. Put some deodorant on.
Phil Sticker.
Oh no! Let's see. Okay, if I step backward, he gets like an attack of opportunity or whatever.
Yes, it'll be at disadvantage because of all of the reasons. But
Oh. Okay.
but he will still get to make it.
No, I'll just let him keep the opportunity. Positive blast. That's probably a miss.
It is. It is.
Mhm.
Unless his AC is horrifically bad. Okay.
Yeah. You blast him, and it's just absorbed by his thick, thick evil hide.
This swamp is too bright.
Now, Lucas, unleash your plan.
All right. My plan is a first level spell named Grease.
That's a good
He will
plan.
not be able to exit the area without provoking from the entire party as it currently stands, forcing him to make a save at the end of each turn versus being prone. Also, he has to make one now.
Okay. What stat is that? Dex, I assume.
Yep.
All right. He's got some dexterity. 17. I'm pretty sure he keeps his feet for now.
Yep.
Oh,
but at
wow,
the
I
end
would
of
think
every
so.
turn,
At the end of every turn, he'll have to repeat it.
and if
And-
he's prone, everyone will get advantage to attack him. Lucas will
Yes.
step back a little bit.
Yeah. Ah!
In his defense, he's a creature that walks on 4 legs and is also specialized for slippery environments, so...
Oh, he doesn't walk on 4
This makes
legs in this form.
Oh, dang. Alright, yeah, he's
not
not
a
actually
damn
a dude.
barbarian.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
He's a slard.
Yeah.
Sorry, ignore that. I'm trying to set stuff up.
Okay. So, Sir Frosh, spins in place on the grease. And
Frogs.
Frosh is already German for frog.
Oh, dang.
We should have known.
Well, you never know with those German last names. Like Gauss is a perfectly reasonable last name, and it just means goose.
Mm-hmm.
One
Let's see.
bird.
All right. So he turns around and unleashes his full might upon Bort. First, he makes a sword attack, which hits despite the disadvantage. He then makes another sword attack on Bort, which misses. And finally, with his great frog mouth, he tries to bite Bort.
Oh, no.
And he hits, but not a crit because of the disadvantage.
Damn, those fucking rolls.
Yeah, those were some good rolls. Okay, So you got hit by one sword attack, which is 11 damage.
All right.
And the bite does the same. You took a total of 25 damage, Bort.
Bort is hurt, but Bort is not down.
And he has to make a dexterity
Ouch.
save for the grease.
I do. Or
No, the Frosh does.
And now
Uh,
everyone will have advantage to attack Frosh this round.
Yes. So Frosh delivers this mighty series of strikes, and then he falls down.
Gotta watch out for overextending.
Curse you!
It is a simple spell, but quite effective.
Silas, your enemy is prone before you.
Yes, I don't even need to make a reckless attack. Let me just check one thing. Which is the rage damage. I'm not sure if it goes up. Oh no, wow, not until 9. Jeez. That progresses pretty slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, still gonna use up a rage. And try to stick the giant frog before I can get back up.
Mm-hmm. That is one hit.
Yeah, I figured. So that'll be 10 overall.
Okay. Yeah,
And
you
also-
you jab him, but not very deep.
Now
Right.
he's surrounded by ghosts and grease.
Right, now he's got ghost and grease. Right. So he has disadvantage on any attack that isn't against you. Cool.
And is Silas 10 feet away from like the further text that he occupies? Because I'm not sure which all ones count.
I would say that you were not 10 feet away. You were at 5 feet away.
All right, then also stepping back. 'Cause I'm fairly. You can move after attacking, right? It's at
You-
any point in your turn.
You can, but then you'll be moving out of his threatened range.
And you'd provoke.
Yeah, so you would provoke.
Hmm.
You also
Yeah, he
open
can't
up
move.
an exit for him here that won't provoke from you if he takes it.
Yeah. All right.
or
I guess.
Kildrak, or Ixa, actually.
Hmm. Never mind then. I'll stay there, even though I'd like to not get hit, but that's all right.
All right. Bort, we're back to you.
Oh
Enemy is
boy.
prone. You have advantage to hit.
Good. I need it. Bort is going to maul as per standard. And unfortunately I'm out of superiority dice, so I can't do anything special. 23 probably hits for 10 bludgeoning damage.
All right. That's a hit. All right. You clobber him.
Cool. Vengeance.
Damn you all! Ixa?
Alright, I have 25 points of lay hands that I could spend. Should I heal Bort? Or should I save those for like when he's at 0 and might have to make death checks?
What's Bort's total number of hit points if you
Uh,
move full?
27, and I'm at 2 right now.
Well, 2d6 plus 4 isn't going to kill you even if it downs you.
And
Even
if
on
he
a crit.
if he does get down to 0, I've also got healing word on me still.
I think it's up to you. I think it's justifiable, but I think both approaches are.
Do also keep in mind that he has like disadvantaged attack Bort again, so it's less likely to work. Although he does get like a ton of attacks, so if he wants to finish him off and not switch to Silas, it's still kind of likely, even with disadvantage, at least one gets through, and only one would need to.
Yeah, okay, so is there any chance he could kill Bort? I don't think he can get enough attacks in to do that, right?
If the first attack drops Bort, Bort will die. If he dedicates all 3 attacks to Bort, and the first one hits, Bort is dead.
If he dedicates all 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that
But that
kind of
would
is a big risk.
probably be true if all 3 of his attacks hit someone at full health as well.
Well, if they're full health, he wouldn't kill them. Probably just drop them to 0.
If he attacks you when you're at 0 and making death checks, any damage is an automatic failed death save, and a critical hit is 2 failed death saves, and you automatically crit against someone who is unconscious, who you were making a melee attack against. So. Two attacks against two melee attacks against a unconscious person is 4 failed death saves. You need 3 to die.
I see. Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I guess she'll just spend all 25 points healing Bort just to be safe. Or maybe I should save 1 point just for emergencies.
Well, one thing that you could do is if you were to step over here beside Bort to do that, you wouldn't be leaving the frog's threatened space, but you would be covering that exit. Bort could then withdraw on his turn. And then Bort definitely won't die, and you'll have stabbed twice. And Bort's probably going to do that even if you heal him 25, but I'm not positive on that, so it's up to you. But,
yeah, Bort has already gone this turn, hasn't he?
I have.
Yes.
Yeah, Frosh will go before Bort.
Then by all means, I would say healing him would probably be appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so okay, I will have her step over there, and yeah, I'll save 1 point of healing just for emergencies, but that gives him 24 more HP.
Okay.
And that ends her turn.
Okay. So
So Bort, go ahead and change your hit points there.
All right. That's up by 25.
24.
24.
It's a saving 1 in case somebody's making death checks later.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So that's 24 to my total, or
Add 24 to your total.
okay. That brings me up almost to full health.
All right. Kildrak, it's your turn.
So I can do Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action.
Yes.
Who will benefit the most of y'all? Who will be able to use it the most effectively? And it's a bonus to ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Well, Silas recently did like 1,000 damage to his Stilt Walk.
Yeah, I want to say Silas because I think all other things being equal, he does have the rage damage bonus and the magical weapon one. So like
Okay.
I think he might be able to put out more damage than Bort can.
Okay, then before he does anything else, Kildrak sort of strums on his axe a little bit and inspires Silas to do more damage or something.
Good. Nice to love the pun.
Chop
Yeah.
him up.
It's a D8 now, by the way.
Oh, nice.
And I'll just do the whole thing for you.
Listen to him, Silas. Listen to him.
Just so you've got the details. And now I'm gonna mock him again, I think. I know I can do more damage with the battle axe, but This is more useful right now.
Okay.
Hey, that
Uh,
does work. Cool. That's assuming that.
Right, he fails his save. Which he does.
Cool.
So 6 damage, and he's got disadvantage on everything. And Silas is giving him disadvantage on everyone who isn't Silas. So now he has disadvantage on everybody. Alright. And I assume you're going to hold position, so Filsticker.
Okay. Filster does something he should have tried already. As a black beam of sappy energy leaps from his finger onto the big frog.
Okay, Ray of Enfeeblement. You have to make a ranged spell attack against the target.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'd have
I'm just-
disadvantage on that from your current position.
I do.
Yeah.
Does he get advantage because it's prone? He's right next to it?
I'm not positive. Let me check the wording on that.
Wait, why do I have disadvantage?
Because
you're
you're
using
you're
ranged
using a
attack
ranged
and
attack in melee.
Yes, he would have attack from advantage, so it cancels out.
Yep.
I could just step backwards and give him his opportunity attack that'll hopefully miss, and then
I
have
wouldn't do
advantage,
that.
right?
No, because then you would have disadvantage because he's prone, and you'd be far away.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, yeah, okay. I'll just roll the ones then. Rolling Eldritch Blast because the die.
Right.
Oh.
I am afraid that your black ray of enfeeblement strikes the ground.
As the earth collapses beneath us.
You have weakened the earth. In 10 years, the sinkhole will collapse. Next to the Urcorpse.
Keep him here.
Lucas Dietrichstein.
So on the one hand, I'm gonna have disadvantage. On the other hand, he's already got disadvantage, so stacking on an earthen grasp probably isn't worth it. So I'm just gonna firebolt him with disadvantage.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna roll like that, you'll hit. Ah! By the spawning stone. I'll kill all of you. He gets his great sword under him and uses it to lift himself up, and as all the ghosts fly around him and block his view, the only one he can see is Silas, and so he attacks Silas with all of his attacks. Great sword swing 1 is a 10. Great sword swing 2 is a 23.
This thing needs to stop fucking rolling so well.
Silas takes 10 damage.
No.
It then proceeds to try and bite Silas. A 19.
10.
Oh,
That
wait,
one
sorry.
hits too.
Sorry, forgot its disadvantage. Only an 18. Assuming an 18 still hits you, 9 damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much was it overall then?
19 damage total.
And then half that if it's bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Oh yes. Yes, it's slashing and then piercing, slashing and piercing. So, yeah.
Good. So like 9 damage.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Silas doesn't feel that nearly as much as he should, despite them being very nasty hits. Then he tries to return the favor by skewering it.
Before he does that,
Oh.
we should see if the frog is prone.
Right.
Not that it matters for that attack, but it might have. Not this round.
He's not prone.
Wow.
Forgot his generation.
And does the Bardic Inspiration die work on both damages, or just the first one of the turn?
I think you choose.
Yeah, you spend it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So both of those are 2 higher than they would be, and then I'll use it for the first one, I suppose.
Can you use it for damage?
23, 27. Only Kildrax or other
Okay.
bards of his class.
Right. Okay. I didn't know if he'd had that one or not. So okay, what's the total damage?
I think he might. You did take one that gives you that power, right?
I'm sorry. What?
Normal bardic inspiration can't be spent on damage. One of the bard's subclasses grants that power. Your subclass grants it, right?
I do not know.
Hmm.
I am College of Swords.
Oh. No, that's Valor that does that. Swords only lets you spend it on your own damage.
Right. So so you can't use it for the
It's still hard to argue with 23 damage.
right.
Attack roll. Oh yeah,
20.
attack roll, not damage roll.
Right.
Alright,
But you could have
that's
spent it on that second attack to turn it from a miss to a hit.
And remember, it lasts for 10 minutes. So if you don't spend it this turn, you still have it. You can still
Okay,
spend
spend
it.
it on the second attack then.
Yeah, the second one would have been an 18
18.
with it.
Mm-hmm. Which would hit as opposed to a miss. So
Fantastic. Well, adding 14 damage is a lot better than adding 4, so.
So 19 damage total.
It was a 9 plus 4
Oh,
from the rage, so 23.
okay. And it's another 4. All right. Bort.
Oh boy. This thing's almost halfway dead by the looks of it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm gonna keep doing what I do, and what I do is maul. Except when I don't maul. I got a 12 or a 15 if I've got advantage for some reason. But I think it's just a 12. Does 12 hit?
No, 12 does not hit.
Okay. On to the next poor sucker.
All right, Ixa.
Okay, I think I might have missed it, but was he still prone?
No,
No.
he's not prone right now.
Maybe next round, but not this one.
Alright. This sucks. Odds of hitting him are so bad. The only other thing I can really do that's useful... Well, actually, hang on. Got a new spell that... Yeah, okay. I can grant up to 3 of you 5 extra HP. I don't know if that's really that helpful. Alternatively, I can give somebody 2 AC, or I can just try to hit him.
I feel like the 2 AC would probably be more useful. I've got 51 HP, and it hasn't really been focusing on me. So maybe Bort or Silas?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So, what was Silas's AC?
It's 16.
18 would definitely be better. And what's Bort's AC?
19.
Oh wow.
Bort's really hard to hit. This thing is just evil and keeps rolling stupidly high.
It does have a +7.
Even so,
It has been rolling 18s and better.
Yeah, that's true.
like less than, let's see, one out of a dozen rolls just on attacks, it's rolled 2 below 10.
You're right. He must be cheating.
Okay, well, I think I'll cast it on Silas then, because he's already injured too. And I don't have really any lay hands left, except for the one emergency point, so... Yeah, one second... So Ixa casts Divine Favor... No, not Divine Favor. Shield of Faith. On Silas. She turns around and throws her hand up, and a shimmering, well, lightly shimmering white field surrounds him.
Nice.
Cool.
That should be helpful.
Oh wait, that's a bonus action, so she can actually still try to hit it.
Good.
Which she will definitely do. Well, she will definitely try. Nope. Don't think so.
It has, oh, no. Yeah. Both
Dang.
miss. Kildrak.
I will proceed to make its headache worse, possibly.
Alright.
It's an
Well,
excellent
then-
action.
Yeah, because I was really hoping to get some other spell with a bonus action, but I just don't have it. Just don't have any good options for that, so.
Okay.
It's a lot better now that it's got 2d4 instead of 1d4.
Mm-hmm.
How are you getting it to play out the save along with the damage? Is that like
It's
the attack tool?
yeah, I built an attack for it. Under at the bottom of it, you can actually specify save,
Oh, wow.
saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. I
Pretty
was
good,
just
yeah.
messing around and saw that.
Nice.
So anything else from Kildrak?
Moving would get me hurt, so no, I think I'm good. Well, unless does anybody want a bardic inspiration?
I would spend them on your flourishes.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Philsticker.
Eldritch Blast, disadvantage. This.
13, you miss. Lucas.
Non-disadvantage firebolt. 7 more damage.
Okay. Rosh's turn. Okay. He regenerates. Ah.
Ooh, fire won't do, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh. Oh, you're right. He has resistance to there. But he should get some. He didn't take as much damage as that.
Oh, all right. Worth noting.
Yes. And he looks around as he's surrounded, and he's holding the sword in one hand. With his other hand, he forms a some sort of gesture. He's casting a spell, and he says, "Don't think you've won." And then he vanishes.
do me a favor and sort of poke around where he was
Yeah,
anyway.
I was about
in
to
case
say,
that was
Kildrak now
invisibility.
swings his axe through the air in front of him.
Yes. Yeah. He has in fact turned invisible, not plane shifted. So he's going to attempt to move, but you all can take attacks of opportunity with disadvantage as he does
Okay.
so.
All right. Just as a note, he is moving through a grease spell,
Yes.
so he might actually have to make a save and just fall flat on his face.
If you have an extra attack, does that help attack? Oh no, it doesn't. It's only when you take the attack action. Okay.
He makes his save.
Not that
Huh.
we would know.
Not that you would know.
Looks like
Got a 22.
All right. So Silas, you strike him.
Be 12.
12. All right.
Mhm.
And invisibility is a concentration spell.
I believe so. Let me double check. It is. So he'll have to make a con save.
Yes.
So flatline to the minimum DC of 10.
Right. He makes it. So Silas, you feel your spear connect, but he does not stop.
right. I haven't rolled yet. I wonder if do you think this is worth using inspiration on to get rid of this bastard before he becomes a problem again?
I don't believe that you'll be able to down him if you hit him. We're probably going to need to fairy fire him. So it's up to you if you want to spend that, but I wouldn't anticipate it being decisive.
Fair enough. I will save it. I don't hit. I
You, mi-
wouldn't have hit it anyway.
you
I
miss.
don't have another spell anyway.
Okay. So that was Sir Frosher's turn. So Silas, it's your turn.
Yep. Hmm. Let's see how. Trying to predict where he might have went.
That is a fool's errand. What we ought to do is cluster together defensively. If he is at all intelligent, he'll probably appear behind Lucas and cut him down. So that's something to be considering is a possibility. Particularly since either Lucas or Phil Sticker could quote unquote reveal him.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll move over there, but then wait.
Okay.
Assuming that Phil Sticker is gonna do something helpful, and Lucas is gonna come over here before he gets ambushed.
Bort.
Right. Bort's going to move over here, I suppose,
Okay.
and swing at the tile south of him on the off chance that he manages to hit something.
Okay.
Does 19 hit anything but dirt?
There's nothing in that hex.
Cool. I mean, there's grease in that hex. I hit the grease.
Yeah. You hit that grease real good. Ixa.
Maybe if I hit it more, it'll render into lard.
So, Richard was saying that Sir First may go attack Lucas, so should we not be headed that way, or was Lucas going to try to meet up with us, like over here where we are already?
I'm going to meet up with you. We're just taking up defensive positions, I think.
Okay. In that case, Ixa will head. Well, wait a second. The grease is the yellow. Okay, so yeah, stepping into that would be bad. So she will move there.
She's going to climb up and stand on top of the monolith.
Oh. You know, that's what that was. Stepping into the grease, that will affect her, right?
Yeah.
And I can't
might-
dismiss it. Grease isn't one of those spells.
Actually, could she climb on the monolith? How tall is it?
10 feet tall.
That's going to be no. Then I guess that's the best position to put her in.
All right.
Not even going to bother swinging at anything. I don't think there's any point.
Gildrak.
So what I would like, well, no, I don't think that'll help. Well, actually, I guess it would. So what I want to do, if we can do this, is when Lucas moves,
Mm-hmm.
I want to put an illusion of Lucas where he was.
I'm sorry, what? Say that again?
When Lucas goes to move, I want to put an illusion of Lucas there where he is. now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So sort of delay that action. And given the positioning of everyone, I think I'll stay where I am.
Okay. You can
Unless anyone has any thoughts on that.
do that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Phil Sticker.
Well, I don't have any spell slots left, so I can't fairy fire anything. So Phil Sticker. Should I run into the dungeon and complete the adventure?
No. You should cast Fairy Fire.
He can't. He's out of spell slots.
I've said that like 2 or 3 times now.
Oh, I somehow missed it. Well, you should probably ready an action to zap him, if and when Lucas detects him.
Yeah, that's true. Alright. Yeah, Phil Sticker begins spinning in a circle, ready in action to shoot Eldritch Blasts whenever he sees it.
Okay. Lucas, what are you doing?
Locate object, greatsword.
Okay. Let me go back to the token layer. There's a great sword over here. There's a
Lucas
great
will
sword
point
over here.
there, about, and he'll say, just by the poplar. And then he'll move up over here.
Ready in actions, fire!
Alright. If you want to try shooting him with disadvantage from that, and call that you're ready to action, I'll allow it, Phil Sticker.
That's all we're gonna get out of my power. Fairy Fire is much more specialized to this.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's my fault for taking these nerdy older spells.
We should have sat around for 15 minutes,
An
joking
hour.
with Sir Frosh before we talked to whatever short.
That's true. I should have asked him a bunch of leading questions about his life in Nilfenburg that would have caused him to have to create a fantastic drama before we disagreed with it.
Tell me about your childhood. I really want to know.
Also, remember the illusion.
Oh,
Doesn't seem like it'll be as useful now, but yeah, whatever.
yes. All right.
And
There's
that's
now
1
an
minute.
illusory Lucas. Okay.
15 probably doesn't hit it.
Nope.
No.
All right. So it is Sir Frosh's turn. So I need to go over to the GM layer so I can move him. Okay.
I'm still locating object. Where is he?
Well, you're about to find out.
All right, he's right here. Got it.
No. He rematerializes over here, having got some distance away. And in his hand there is a mote of flame, and he says, "Now you all die!" And a fireball goes off, centered on Philsticker.
Oh no!
Right. Well, unfortunately
Bad.
for Lucas, Absorb Elements is the spell that got the shaft to make room for all of this, so. Here is his dex save.
I knew Danger Sense would be why Silas survived. I just thought it would be in the dungeon, not right outside it.
Yeah.
21.
Y'all make dex saves.
Yeah. Oh, thank God for that danger sense, right, Silas?
Yeah, I really needed it. I wish I could give someone else the extra roll, but
Right, 8d6. Okay, so the DC for this is only a 12.
All right, Lucas is down.
no.
So everyone takes everyone who failed the dex save takes 23 damage, and if you succeed on the dex save DC 12, you'll take half of that. So 11.
Well, now Kildrak's just mad.
Alright. So the dex save is 12.
Yes. So Bort, you only take 11 damage.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yes.
I've still got more hit points than Lucas has ever had.
Yeah, that's 7 Constitution.
I tell you.
I'm honestly just shocked that Lucas is alive through all of this.
Well, he's
It was
unconscious now.
unexpected.
Yes.
That gives me a new idea for Animal's official system. I'll have sort of this constitution mechanic for hit points,
Mm-hmm.
but it's possible for your hit points to go down every level because the base stat is like a 20. And so if you have like an 8 or something and it's d6 hit points, then you would lose hit points every time you gained a level.
Mm.
Perfect.
Right. That's something to write down for your system. Sala. So
It's the only thing levels do.
So, Silas, flames have erupted around the party. Lucas is down. Everyone is hurt. What do you do? Also,
oh.
well, consider what you're going to do, and then I might tell you differently.
You might tell me I do a different thing?
Yes.
I don't want? Or... Oh, well.
Run up and stab him!
Yeah, no, that was my idea, because with the new 40 feet, he could just barely run around the grease passport and charge up to it.
Okay, you can do that.
How I'm counting it. Here, assuming I can run through Bort, because I think that's how allies usually work, so...
My concern is actually the stone.
Yeah,
between
you
and
can't
Bort.
pass through that
Oh, dang it.
that one hex.
I forgot, that wasn't... Again, that's not, like, stony ground, that's an obelisk. Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think you could make
The deck save to run through the grease?
or you might be able to hop it, but probably not actually. What's your strength score even?
Strength score is 16, and Dex is also 16, and Constitution is also 16. Just all the physical stats.
Silas is
yeah.
the perfect man.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, you wouldn't quite clear the grease fully across, but you might be allowed to make a check to jump into Bort's square and go around from there. Because you can jump 8 feet if you make the DC 10 check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could jump that hex into Bort's hex, with we'll say a DC 12 check.
All
All
right.
right. Cool. So the surface area is just slightly smaller, but yeah, I'll try and do that. Step back and jump over the what is it, athletics, or is it just pure strength?
Athletics.
All right, cool. So no.
All right, so you fall a little short with your hop, and you are going to need to make the dex save against the grease, or
Gah.
fall on your butt.
Okay, good.
Okay. So you fall a little short, slide on your heels, into Bort, but you don't fall down.
All right, good. Let me do it this way so I can count. No, wait. All right, good. Now he's gonna stab it right in the nose. His big froggy nose.
Okay. I was trying to change this to a ranged encounter.
No, you don't.
Oh no. That looks like several successful hits.
Yeah, 19 plus 4, so another 23.
All right. Ah! Who are you guys?
We already said who we are. We're the Nilfenberg Cartographical Society. As far as anyone in this swamp is concerned, no one has ever disputed Lucas introducing us that way.
It's canon now. That's what we are. Be scared.
Bort.
On this very ground, we got chewed out for being cartographers ruining people's plants.
There's no charge action I could take, is there?
No.
You need a feat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll move forward and I'll shoot with my heavy crossbow.
Okay.
That's my dwindling number of bolts. I think that hits.
You do
probably
hit though.
11 damage. Yay! It's piercing, if that matters.
Mm. Your bolt strikes into between its ribs, and blood is oozing from its side. It looks in complete shock that you are all still fighting. Ixa.
Right. So I do have the 1 point of lay hands left, so I can give that to Lucas, which will bring him back. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you wanted to use that, or
1
if you
point, you
wanted
said?
me to if you wanted me to use healing word.
That's a spell you have.
Yeah, it's a spell bonus action. It's here.
Okay.
Let me just pop it into chat so you can.
How much Lay on Hands to Sixa have left?
1.
1 point.
At 1 point, you should use. Well, I guess Lay on Hands is your action, and it wouldn't be Kildrag's action. What would your ranged option be if you wanted to try to attack Sir Frosh?
Javelins.
Yeah, it would be a javelin, which is going to be at disadvantage for multiple reasons.
Would it be 2
Oh.
javelins?
Yes.
Oh, that's true. And I do have inspiration, so there is a small chance I could actually hit it.
I think there's still a lot of us to go before Sir Frosh. I think it's probably safe to use the Lay on Hands, but I also don't think it would be questionable to throw a couple of sticks and use the spell.
I mean,
Alright.
I don't have any issue with using a level 1 spell on this.
Yeah, I'll let you use healing word then, and Nixa will try to use the javelins. How
Okay.
far can you move and attack?
Your
Just a
movement.
step.
Your
Do
Oh,
movement.
not step on the yellow.
That's right.
And this hex is impassable.
Alright, so let's see, it's 10 down to Killdrag. What is her move? 20 or 30?
30. Almost.
Okay, then she can get there. Not that it matters much. Alright, and she will throw the javelins. Those all miss, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, inspiration, does that let me make 2 attacks again?
No,
extra
no,
attack or just one?
no. Inspiration is gives you advantage on a roll.
Oh, crap. Do you have to declare that before rolling?
Yeah.
Oops.
Alright, save it anyway. Sir Frosh is probably going to go down.
Probably.
He's not looking great.
No, he's pretty messed up. Kildrak, it's your turn.
Yeah, he he just sort of points his axe directly at Lucas and shouts, "Heal!" And it's 1d4. Can I? Spellcasting modifier should be 4. Yeah, 4. So you get 8 HP. And then, let's see, that is 60 feet. I can move and make my bonus action, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And attack with your and use your regular action.
Okay, so I'm going to get a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3. I'm going to get over here next to Ixa. And then I'm going to mock it again.
Okay.
Your fireball is weak. Oh, shit. Okay. He doesn't care this time.
He's got more stressful things on his mind, like the crossbow bolt. Phil Sticker, it's your turn.
Okay.
Spelker croaks from in your pocket. Jeez, boss, if the GM had remembered I was here, that fireball would have killed me.
Shut up! Shut up! Stay in my pocket! Keep the flap down so he doesn't kill you.
Also, you
And then
just
I have to spend 10 gold again.
also you just ran through some grease, so you're gonna need a dex save.
Oh damn!
You didn't make it. You fell down.
Flop. Oof. No Eldritch Blasts for me.
Well, you can still fire from prone.
Oh,
You just have disadvantage, I think.
plop. Filsticker falls on his butt and is like, well, whatever. I'll close. He shoots. And he critically fails. You shoot his head off of his.
Yeah, you
shoulder.
shoot Silas in the back.
What a perfect time for a betrayal! This isn't a betrayal!
It seems weird it works that way for ranged attacks. Like, does that mean it's a bad idea for a sniper to, like, get prone? They get disadvantage?
Presumably, a rifle is different from a spell in some meaningful way. You might, if I was doing an Eberron campaign where I really wanted to play out one slingers, I might change that rule for spells. But I think they had a bow in mind.
We
Yeah, I
should
mean, a bow makes
consider
sense. A crossbow,
we should
too, though.
consider intent. If you went prone on purpose, then it helps. If you went prone by accident, it hurts.
I actually like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Take
You
your
can
12.
justify
If-
it as an advantage.
So
Take your
Silas,
12 damage, Silas, as your spine shatters and turns into mushroom.
Oh no. I always knew it would end this way, I just didn't... Not from this direction.
and make a wisdom save, DC 15.
Okay, wisdom is... Okay, it's also a 14, so it's also superhuman. Oh, never mind.
Silas has to
Sorry.
has to attack Filsticker.
The crit fails are coming for us.
Oh no.
The spirit in your pike demands it.
Kill him! Kill the little betraying piece of shit! Use me to do it! Don't do it in a different way!
Lucas, you're unaware of that, but it is your turn.
All right. Lucas will spend half his movement staggering to his feet, and the other half moving into cover before firing his crossbow at Surfrosh.
Okay.
Wow.
I told you the crit fails are coming for us.
I don't like this adventure, not one bit.
Okay, well you shoot Silas. Silas, take 9 damage.
Okay, please tell me that that's piercing, right? That's
Yes.
something that,
Yes, that's
Roach-
pierce. That's piercing.
Okay.
Oh
Alright, good.
no! We are all betraying Silas. This is obviously on purpose.
Silas, the direction of your blood curse has changed from Filsticker to Lucas. You have to kill Lucas now.
Never mind, kill him! Kill the damn Nilfenberg bastard! Thinks his culture's so superior.
Oh, I'm sorry about the stretch remark because I very easily could kill him in in one
Actually,
attack
I
action.
think we're okay because it's 45 feet for you to get to me.
Well, I do have 10 feet of range though, so
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah.
fucking dead.
no,
Damn
I'm
it!
sorry.
I just brought him back.
I do still have the 1 point of lay hands, but just the one.
Well, whatever. Silas might be about to go down anyway. 'Cause Surfrosh also doesn't know that Silas is going to kill us.
Yes. So since Sir Frosh doesn't know that Silas has been possessed by an evil spirit, he's gonna do what he was going to do anyway, and that he's going to, with both of his hands, conjure up smaller fireballs, and he's gonna throw one at Bort and one at Silas.
No, I'm on your side now.
Okay, this one's for Bort. This one's for Silas. Damn it!
Ah,
It's
the
so
game
hard.
has it out for Silas. Good lord.
So Silas takes 3d6 burning damage.
It's because I spent the first like half an hour getting over 20 and everything, so
Clearly.
obviously.
So you
Okay,
take
down to 3 now.
Oh my god.
Still not actually down, so
So does that affect his blood rage at all?
Technically, he needs to make a wisdom saving throw again, but, yes. Whenever.
oh, I do.
Yeah. Well, technically, it's when you need to whenever you take damage.
Okay. So
You failed, which is good in this case because now it means that you must attack Sir Frosh until you or him drop to 0 hit points.
Never mind, attack the frog. Turn around again.
he's having very mixed emotions because all of this is playing out over a background of rage
So when all of
already.
this is said and done, we're gonna say that the frog was responsible.
It is Silas's turn, and he has to attack Sir Frosh.
All right. Finally, we got there eventually.
Stick me in his mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to give him his regeneration. There we go.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
It might. Okay, maybe it won't.
That's 19 for the first one.
Okay. So 19 damage?
If 14 doesn't hit, then yes.
14 does not hit. So his regeneration did matter because now he lived with 1 hit point.
Breathe on him, Bort.
And Bort, Sir Frosh is oozing blood. The crossbow bolt was popped out and that wound was sealed, but Silas has just stabbed him 2 more times, and he looks like he's about to fall.
Cool. I'm going to move up and probably miss. Shit. Screw it. Inspiration. I don't want to screw this up. Murder time, fun time. I didn't need it, but security is always better than none.
Yep.
And that's 10 damage.
He is reduced to 0 hit points. Tell me what you do.
Bort just steps up, hefts his maul high, and just lays into his big froggy eye and just goes clean through and like cleaves off the top of his skull.
And the giant creature sloshes over to the side, and its brains ooze out onto the ground, and its great sword falls from its grasp onto the shore, and it lays there, slain. Sir Frosh, if that was his real name, is no more.
I mean, I doubt he was a real knight, but
You don't know frog culture or toad culture, whatever it is. Turtle.
I'm gonna make a quick untrained Arcana check to see if Lucas does know frog culture. 15, he probably does.
Yeah, 15, you probably know what that was. I assume...
They don't have knights in Slod culture. Phil Sticker.
He could have been a member of an organization that was not.
I doubt it. They're not known for their organizational desires.
Like, apparently, I'm a cartographer.
You, however, are not an extraplanar being dedicated to chaos. You're merely a planar being.
Oh, right,
that is
but he
not
is, so he
dedicated
should
to
be
order.
defying your expectation.
No. Because I expect him to try to do that.
He's really got you on this one.
I'm essentially certain.
So let's check his wallet for cards.
By all means, he probably won't have one. And
So he spoke of plans in as if they were from a plural grouping of people, which implied an organization, but also suggests there's some group that is opposing what we are about to do. That is disturbing news, is it not?
oh, they're ideologically aligned with the drowned god. Almost certainly, this has some connection to that.
Says Filsticker as he pokes around at Sir Frosh's belt region.
Yeah, Silas is gonna go quietly sit down somewhere for a little bit. Not
Mhm.
just because he's almost dead.
Mm-hmm. Silas is pretty much aware that something unusual happened to him while he was in that conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Use me to scratch your back, Silas. It's itchy.
I think he's gonna deal with that next time we play, not like admit it to one of them now, but when there's like a moment alone with either Philstick or Lucas, he's gonna have to talk to them,
Mm-hmm.
which they
For
assume
now.
is gonna be like, please don't shoot me again.
Silas should drink the big potion.
Yeah, I would like to. How much was it?
16 hit points.
Oh wow, cool.
We'll have to take a short rest if I'm going to make any more.
Yeah, 'cause that doesn't even get me back to almost half.
So, Philsticker, the whatever armor he was wearing in his human form was entirely illusionary. So there's none of that. He does have a pouch containing 213 pieces of funny shaped square coins, which appear to be made of electrum.
200 how many electrum?
213.
Right.
And his sword there, it's kind of funny for a great sword in that the dimensions don't exactly line up perfectly, but for a medium-sized creature, it is a great sword. And it appears to be of high quality.
Or no other funny doodads on his person. Like
He's got like
whole
a
bunch of empty glass globes is in the picture.
yeah, sure. Nothing of value though.
His sword's a bit weird. As he hefts it over toward Lucas, I guess.
I doubt he can even carry it. Maybe dragging it along, like
Lucas
believe it or
loves
if you're a
not,
medium
Lucas,
creature, it's a great sword. To Philsticker, it's like
I
Guts'
wouldn't worry
sword.
too much. Lucas still has 13 strength. He has a weak constitution. He can lift.
Yeah, he's exactly as strong as Philsticker.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
remember,
an anime sword. It's fine.
Yeah, swords aren't as heavy as we often imagine them to be. So,
Right, yeah.
You know, even a great
Oblivion
sword's
told
like
me a sword.
Yeah.
Oblivion told me a sword was like 40 to 60 pounds, but I know that's not true. They were only like 20 to 30 pounds.
Yes, obviously.
But as I throw the giant sword.
Yeah, not even that. But yeah, so
Yeah, a couple
so
times.
it's too big and awkward for Philsticker to use, like, to like wield effectively. But because being a small creature, he would have disadvantage on it. But he can move it. So
I suppose
this
it
magic or anything?
must be from wherever the slod came from. The
Does it
founding
have any
of-
unusual properties? It looks nice, but that's submechanical.
You could use a charge from the wand. Lucas will take the wand of magic detection and give it a spin.
Yes, it is slightly magical.
All right, then. Before we take our long rest, he's going to get his pearl out, sort of hold it and hold the sword, and sort of tap the two against one another here and there, and sort of just wait for like an hour,
Mm-hmm.
half an hour, ritually identifying it.
Okay. So while that's going on, did anyone else want to do anything? Did Silas, you mentioned maybe wanting to talk to Filsticker?
I don't want to do that this time, but I know even though we have 20 minutes left, but on a mechanical level, I do need to spend hit dice because ouch.
Well, you'll know you'll have to camp for the night in order to do that.
Oh yeah, it needs a longer. Okay, never mind. I forgot that because Lucas was doing identify, I forgot it's not an hour, it's like a night. They're all
Mhm.
shifted up. Never mind then.
Oh right, we have to do a night for a short rest in this one, so I don't think camping here is a smart plan. We'll have to blow out what healing magic we can, and
I'd like to
potions
rest
we can
for some time just to regenerate my power.
Every
Um,
time we've come here, within 5 minutes of our arrival, a group of stilt walkers has come. I don't.
yes,
think
I'm
we can
worried.
camp
I'm worried
overnight
about
here.
that too, as well. There, Sir Frosh might have had other people who will come harass us, and he was a bit of a challenge for us.
So as soon as
Unless-
this identification is done, we should probably proceed. But
I'm not so much worried about stilt walkers if we were to leave and come back. I'm more worried about, like you said, another something allied with. Because the stilt walkers themselves we handled relatively.
well, it's
Yeah.
also evening. If we wanted to leave and come back, we'd have to travel through the night. I
Mm.
think we have very few options but to proceed. Do we have any
Well-
healing magic left at all?
Oh, I've got. Technically, I can cast Healing Word 3 more times, but that's not much. That's really more. I try to reserve that for when people are in critical condition.
Well, I don't know if the visions I saw were literal or not, but it didn't appear that we had to go extremely far into the Air Corps.
Well, let's hope that your visions were correct. Because as soon as I'm done identifying this, we should proceed.
They might have also just been shortened for, to maintain the rhythm of the vision and all.
It would be strategically superior to save healing words for if someone is badly hurt. We are better off to proceed as is than to use them now, and I don't believe that returning tomorrow would be wise at this stage.
Okay. I couldn't find it in the book, but that might be because I had made it up before. But the sword that you have, it's made of silver. For all the good that does. But also, it's a +0 magic sword, magic greatsword. That while carrying it, you have advantage on initiative, as it will whisper to you before when danger is near.
Oh, it's a rapier of alarm for a giant.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I would recommend that I suppose Bort uses it. I don't know if Kildrak can. I know Ixa
Um,
cannot.
Even if I could, Kildrak himself would not switch away from an axe.
Well, technically speaking, it could be handy for any of us. because even being attuned to it is adequate.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I
It
would
doesn't have
still
to be out and in your hands in order to get the benefit.
I would still say that we're likely to face things in here which are less damaged by non-magical attacks, and that Bort would be the likeliest candidate. What do you say, Bort?
Whatever needs to be done.
You could decline. I won't force you.
That's fine.
Sala needs to give the sword a voice too, since it's also magical. It has to
You
be a
should
different
carry
voice.
me, Lucas. You don't care about weapons anyway. I'll keep you safe.
Yes, I know. You would be tremendously valuable to me as a wizard, Lucas will say to the sword, because you would enable me to strike first with a variety of debuffing area effect spells. However, you are also a magic weapon that could be valuable here, particularly as you're silver, and I find it hard to believe the slide carried you all this way to drop for us here if there wasn't any monsters ahead who had damage reduction that was overcome only by silver.
But everyone
that would've been
else
clever. I
makes
should have
me
thought of that.
feel discouraged. Because they all act like they don't want me.
Well,
Well, I
it
mean,
can be a difficult bunch, but he'll grow to
You're
love
the
you as
only
soon
one
as you
that
murder
talks to
something
me
for him.
like a person.
Would Ixa be able to use it?
No,
She's
she's
too
too
small.
small.
Oh, okay.
Is it outrun impossible or just very difficult?
Disadvantage. Unless it's
So,
made out of
you know,
mithril.
technically in the sun, that means it isn't any different from any other weapon she uses.
But
So,
we're not going to
Yeah.
be in the sun.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
not always, but I'm just saying, a lot of the time.
And she does have a spell where she can make any weapon magic. So, like, that doesn't really factor into it too much.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So why is Bort unenthused about this weapon?
Because it's a sword.
Elaborate.
He's a dwarf.
He's a big racist and he thinks all dwarves use axes and hammers and mauls and shit.
He's not wrong.
He only learned about his own people through stereotypical media, so...
Yes.
Also
Eldrax,
watching,
big racist too.
I assure you, the dwarves use swords.
Kildrak is just giving him bad information all the time.
Although the primary weapon of the dwarves is, although many people don't know this, pikes, because a pike wall is really effective inside of a tunnel.
Makes sense.
Up until the point where they have to turn around.
That's when they all drop their pikes and reach for their axes. But if
just in
something
general,
can
he's-
teleport behind them, then they're having a bad day already.
But
Just
if
in
they just
general,
use
he's not
one-handed
particular.
swords and one-handed shields and spears, they could have both functionalities.
Mm.
Just in general, though, he's not familiar with swords. He's never used them much. And while he is, proficient with their use, because warrior, he doesn't actually use them very often. He doesn't care for using them very often.
All right, Lucas will hang on to it then.
Thank you,
Now everyone-
Lucas.
If
So realistically, basically, I can tell you straight up, Kildrak would, especially since I've already flavored everything for axes, he's going to keep using the axe. But if we need someone to just keep it around, right?
I'll take advantage on initiative. I'm fine.
Okay.
I mean, I think Bort should swing it, but if he's not going to swing it, then
I
the
mean,
wizard actually
Bort's
is a
not
logical choice to give an initiative buff to.
Bort's not refusing it.
And Bort, take the magic. Take the magic.
Shove it in
sword.
shove it in his hands.
Bort,
Get in the robot.
Bort
Get in
will
the sword,
take-
Bort.
take the fucking sword then. Okay.
I
I really
feel
would have
like you
appreciated-
don't like me, Bort.
I really would have appreciated, though, everyone assuming, no, not Archive, Lucas was a, like, cool sword mage guy. Because he's just carrying it around.
Walking around
For
in his
Archive,
fancy.
that would be believable.
Yeah.
Archive is fit and gets into shootouts. For Lucas, no.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's harder to justify.
Everyone will think Archive's a farmer because he's friends with a cow.
Yeah, that's
And
going to
a
be
cat.
super awkward for our listeners trying to figure out what the hell we're talking about. But it's going to be more awkward for the NPCs in that game learning that apparently all cows are people and can talk and just don't. But
Yeah,
anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It's
gonna be a
okay,
rough
Lucy
one.
doesn't mind. Eat your burgers, guys. It's okay.
well, in either event, it is 10 to 11 or 10 to 2 or 10 to 1, depending on where on Earth you live.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
I don't think we're starting a dungeon crawl today.
No. Yeah, I did think that we would get inside the Urcorpse ruins this week, but I don't know. I in my imaginations, the questioning of Sir Frosh was not going to immediately lead to his reveal.
Well, he was quite suspicious.
Yes, he was, but yes. I
Yeah,
knew
he thought
it was
Miltenberg
possible.
Was a
given-
town, the moron.
But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna leave it here. Next time, you enter the dungeon.
Yay.
Yes.
See, yeah, you sent me a message even to that effect earlier today when I asked you.
Well, I'm
Oh.
glad Silas was here for the combat anyway.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Yes, I was sure that they were going to get into the corpse, which is why I was like, please try and be here, even if it's going to be difficult. So I'm sorry, but also I'm glad that you were here to help fight
He
Sir
shot in the
Frosh.
back a bunch of times
Yeah,
and
and-
not kill us.
Yes. Yes. And for Silas to realize that, hey, maybe there's something funny about this this spear that keeps talking to me.
And also, my friends are betraying me. Now they're acting like they weren't. They haven't even addressed the fact that 2 of them shot me in a row. The hell's wrong with them? They're betraying me, I know it. They think I don't know it.
Yes. So,
I mean, Bort's going to make the point that he's been shot several times.
you get used to it.
Yeah, it's how it do.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you get scars instead of a back, and then you don't feel it anymore.
Yeah, though, did we get XP? I'm not sure if we did anything for it yet.
No, not
we
yet.
only get
Yeah.
XP in this campaign when we get treasure to clink.
Yeah, see, I was thinking of mapping and stuff, but it was just a bunch of fights on the island, which
Hmm.
I'm fine with. They were good fights, but okay.
You will get XP for the sword, and the electrum, if you survive.
Actually, I'm not leveling again for like a year at this rate, so
Yeah,
because it goes up to 14,000 or something crazy like that. So
yeah. But I mean, maybe.
Yeah, the treasure system was fantastic for lower levels, but the amount of gold a character is supposed to get, you're not supposed to have 14,000 gold at level 6. It's we're going to stay a relatively low level party with that rule, but yeah, there's something necessarily wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. Once we wrap, I will maybe have to re-examine the XP system once we move to season 2 beyond the Fever Swamp. But for now, it's going to stay as it is.
Yeah, it's totally fun to re-examine rules between like milestones like that, I think. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah. Well, that's it for this session. Thank you all for playing. I hope you enjoyed fighting Sir Frosh and the Stiltwalkers.
Yeah, it was a good
I
fight.
almost died again.
Yes, and I got to fireball the party. But yeah, so next week, we may or may not be playing. Right now, count on playing, but I might change my mind at the last possible minute.
I'm
Because-
sorry, I missed most of that. Were you saying like you might not be able to run next week?
Yes, I said I might not be able to run next week because next week I have to teach a class in the morning after, so I don't know if I will, or we might do a short session.
Okay, unless the children are all still diseased.
Right. I'm assuming that they are not going to continue canceling school into next week.
Yeah, like still though, canceling it for like 2 weeks, it makes me feel like
No,
Tennessee
the-
needs to be quarantined or something.
They didn't cancel it for 2 weeks. They canceled it for 3 days last week and 1 day this week.
It's still a
Oh.
lot.
Jeez, though.
And then like probably some of that now was the teachers all like, I got to get caught up. The substitute was just like harassing kids and calling the cops on them instead of teaching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, crazy people out there who are actually listening to this, and thank you everyone who played.
Cool.